Hey, what's up? My name is Ra. I'm here today to talk about Ascension and how humanity is shifting into a larger neural network. So, part of the ways that we shift into a more expanded consciousness is, well, part one is knowing the truth of who we are, which is God. So we've had all these human experiences that can lead us to believe that, we were less than what we were. So shifting into more of a God consciousness, more of an expanded awareness of life is not just what we do here in the physical, although that is the main part. There are new ways of being. There are new ways of being. So we're actually multidimensional. Okay, we're not just third dimensional. That's the whole ascension. We're moving into the fifth dimension. There's at least 12 dimensions of consciousness. Once we reach 12 dimensions of consciousness and embody and integrate that fully and completely, we are God in form. So right now, as the Pleiadians are introducing um, greater awareness of reality, it's important for us to be shedding, letting go of the old ideas of self, letting go of the old ways of being. So we're actually shifting into light. So we might be getting visited by our higher dimensional selves. I know I am. I know several other people are. So these are versions of ourselves that we are moving into. And don't be surprised if that happens to you. Like, don't be surprised if you see a version of yourself that's like fluid and plasma and light and very clear, like a clarity that's something that we haven't experienced in third dimension. Getting to that place of clarity requires a lot of letting go. It requires us to be very present and in full trust of who we are, our soul. It requires identity shifts into a version of ourselves that we haven't experienced yet. This is the gift of these visitations from our higher dimensional self that we are shifting into. And oh, I want to talk about the superpowers. I want to talk about the superpowers that we're moving into. So there have been accounts of people being supernatural since for a long time. I don't know since when, but for a long time. Yeshua walked on water. There's been people who are like Buddhist monks who walk on fire or really hot rocks. Things like that. So the ascension is us becoming light and shifting into that type of consciousness. So I know, yeah, I'll share this because I'm talking about it. and I'm not going to hold back anymore because it needs to be spoken about. So energetically, I have helped create the new earth. I've anchored ley lines. I've activated ley lines. I connect with the new earth grid almost daily, and um, one of the things that I helped create the template for the new earth was flying. So we'll be able to fly when we get there. The more we can let go and allow God in us, the more supernatural we get. Yeah, it kind of took a lot for me to share that because, like, it's something I'm like deeply personal with. It's something that I do privately, and to be sharing that, like, hey, we're shifting into light. We can do these really cool things once we're able to. I'm not saying I can fly yet, but I look forward to whenever that occurs. I'm still doing the letting go and letting God indwell me fully work, which just requires being very present, being in full trust of the love and the life that we are turning into. And there's this whole thing about letting go of the program. So the program is the trauma, basically. The program is the trauma. It's the way that we were, like, programmed to be. Whether that be through, trauma, other people telling us who or what we were, um, any and all of that. Any lack, basically. That's the program. The truth is that all is very, very, very awesome and very, very, very well. So Ascension is moving basically out of death and into life. And part of that process, it can feel like dying if we're really attached to the old way of being. So yeah, I mean, we can ascend through, I mean, we're getting lighter and lighter all the time, but we can get like a new level of light where it's so precise and clear and so awesome. But it requires like a full rebirth and a full complete letting go of all of it, from what I know personally. So we can either do this really instantly and swiftly and easily, it's more easier to do it like that. That requires a lot more trust, and it's like you're like shedding it all. Or we can do it in a way that is more progressive over time, which, to each their own. The more that we know that we're living, the more things that we do, the more new things that we do to activate our new minds, the better. We could do things like more reading, more math, just things that increase our neuroplasticity. And exercising is great. I really like to take a point one of mushrooms and then go exercise and be intentional about like who I am and who I am becoming. The emotional work is really important with it. The emotional releases are like the clearing of like the old kind of hard drive. And that's what I'm feeling like today. All right, have a good one.